Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel, Soul Journey. My name is Becca Himza, and today I have a really exciting announcement. A week or so ago, started a second channel, and I'm very excited to be officially announcing it today. So, my new channel is called The Taurus Babe. Some of you may have seen it. Some of you may have subscribed already. I kind of wanted to put a few videos on there before I sent off the crowds. In my mind, there are crowds. And I'm very excited because on this channel, I have really focused it into being about the soul journey, the spiritual journey. And there's so much more that I'm excited about and want to explore the human side of things. But I found that years ago when I kind of made my channel too broad, it just didn't feel like it had a direction. And so what I decided was to start a second channel that is like a two-parter or a second part of this channel. So this channel is still going to be spiritual journey, tarot, crystals, like very that. And then the Taurus Babe is going to be about the human side of the soul journey. So we're going to talk about veganism, sustainable living, following your excitement, self-love, unboxings of sustainable and vegan products, just things that I find fun and exciting personally on my own self-love journey that I want to share that doesn't necessarily go along with soul journey specifically, but it's my soul journey, so I wanted to share it and it excites me. So being a Taurus, the Taurus Babe, I really want to there's kind of this joke of where it's like there's like nice things for normal people and then there's like nice Taurus things. Like Tauruses really like things to be beautiful and posh and good quality. Like there's kind of like a cliche that Tauruses are a little materialistic, and not gonna lie, I'm a cliche Taurus. But I really just love experiencing the physical world. I incarnated here in a human body. I want to engage in it fully. But on the other side, I really am passionate about sustainable living. I'm really passionate about veganism. And I want to bring these two sides together because I think a lot of people either feel like you can live all you want and you can like throw care to the wind, but you're going to screw the environment and like, you know, have all this waste and all that. And then there's people who are like minimalism, veganism, you know, care for the planet, you know, have 100 items. And I feel like people can live their excitement, their passions, and engage fully in being a human and also do it mindfully and understand that we live in an amazing time. We can have all the things that excite us and live consciously and mindfully. And so that's what the Taurus Babe is going to be about, exploring our passions, our desires, and our excitements, and fully diving in to the full human experience while also understanding oneness, understanding the environment, caring for the environment, being vegan, all of that good, yummy stuff. So we're going to have veganism stuff, sustainable stuff, traveling stuff. We're going to have DIY things for living sustainably, all kinds of really fun stuff. And I'm really excited to bring that. So it's really, like I said, a second part to the soul journey. This is going to be like the human side. So that's why I also wanted Taurus, because we incarnate at a certain time. We chose the life we were going to come into, and we should fully engage in that. So I'm very excited to be launching that. So if that resonates with you, if you want to kind of take your ideas from Soul Journey and move them into how to apply them in a physical world, how to live consciously but also fully, and also the idea that you can live a full, exciting, posh, you might say, life without breaking the bank. That's going to be another part of the channel. Understanding that there are ways to create magical lives without having to be a millionaire. So that's what it's going to be about. Oh my God, my nose is running. Why is it running? It's not itching, nothing. It's just running. Run away. and that's what it's about. So if you want to check out that channel, it's in the description down below, or if you go to my featured channels on my Soul Journey channel, the first featured channel will be the Taurus Babe. So definitely go over there, check it out. I am wearing some stuff that I unboxed from my most recent video. I have 2 videos up, more coming soon. And I am super into Jeffree Star Cosmetics because not only is it really high-end, it's good quality. He makes them here in the States, and they are all vegan. So that is very, very exciting. So if you're looking for a high-quality makeup and apparel line, it definitely leans more towards the feminine, but hey, it's 2020, no judgment. Anyone can wear anything, in my opinion. If you want to check that out, go check out my video and check out his products. They're amazing. I'm wearing the lipstick, I'm wearing the eyeshadow, I'm wearing the hat, I'm wearing the sweatshirt. I said the other day, or today actually, to John Michael, I was like, I've never been one to buy like a brand. You know, people are like into Gucci or, you know, things like that. And I'm like, but I'm into Jeffree Star. Like, I really love his products. And I'm like, he's the YouTuber's Gucci. Like, and I was like, that's so accurate. I feel like that needs to be like coined. It's like Jeffree Star, the Gucci of YouTube. So I really love his products, and as a Taurus, I can say if you're a Taurus, his stuff is soft, it's comfy, it's all about luxury, but at a reasonable price with intense quality, and it's vegan. So if you want to check that out, go over to my channel and check it out. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's totally fine. I made both channels because they are going to be kind of for different, I mean, preferably for some of the same audience, but I know that some people are really going to resonate with Taurus Babe, and some people are really going to resonate with Soul Journey, and some are going to resonate with both. And that's so cool. And that's why I made 2 different channels, because I do feel like they have 2 different flavors. So go check it out. Leave a comment. Let me know you're over there. Yeah, and thank you so much for checking it out. All right, this is the official announcement. I'm really excited. I really felt like starting 2020, like, this feels good. So let's get into our energy reading for today. I did want to pull some cards because I haven't pulled cards in a little bit. I didn't do an energy reading for this past week. I feel like I should stop promising that I'm going to do it every week, because it doesn't seem like that's aligning with my energy, but I am going to do it more often. There we go. I'm going to do it often. I wanted to pull some cards for today because for those of you who are in the States, you know, the New Hampshire primaries are today, and a lot of energy is, you know, kind of happening. I think a lot of people are going into this a little fearful. I think a lot of people are going in it wanting to create a new energy. And I feel like pulling some cards might help bring in some clarity for the collective. And then, of course, we're a collective consciousness, or conscious. So, I mean, if any part of the collective is feeling like tense, I feel like that's going to go through everything. So I feel like reading some cards, getting some clarity is going to be really, really helpful to get our footing and to focus on what's important. Now, I do want to say that I feel like this year, the universe isn't really going to let us engage in the things that really don't resonate. So if something doesn't go the way you want, or you feel like you should do something, but it really just isn't resonating, or there's like an underlying unsurety, or you feel like you should be creating something new and it doesn't work out, take a breath, step back and go, okay, there's got to be a reason for this, and I'm going to like let it just play out and breathe. So I wanted to say that because I think a lot of people's nerves are really elevated right now, so we need to take a collective deep breath. Clear your energy. If you have room to do this, clear it. Oh wait, no, that was on this channel. Oh God, I'm gonna need to like, if you want to check out some of my new items for my spirit room / altar, my most recent video was a altar tools / spirit room haul, sacred space haul. So definitely go check that out. This is one of the items I got, so definitely go check that out. Okay, I'm still feeling some tension. I'm feeling some tension in the stool under me. I have this like really antique stool that I got years ago that I'm so obsessed with, but it's like a little rickety. Okay, let's open that up. Open up that third eye. Oh, yeah, that feels good. Open up that crown chakra. Take that deep breath. Release that tension. Release that tension. Okay, let's do this. Do you guys ever just like put sounds out because there's like tension in the throat chakra? Let's do that together collectively, unless it's weird and awkward. But even then, maybe you'll inspire people. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's get into it. So today we are using the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. We are using the Light Seers Tarot. We are using the Work Your Light Oracle. You see that? And the Teal Swan Frequency Tarot, or as I like to call it, Oracle deck. Okay, let's get into it. So I am just gonna pull cards here, see what happens. So let's get, yep. Let's get into it. So we're going to shuffle, see how we feel. Ask Spirit to come in and guide us towards what we need to know. There we go. All right. So take a minute to ask your guides to help you hear whatever message you need to hear, to help you translate what seems confusing to you, and just help you to assimilate whatever message you need to hear and release the rest. So if you can put your feet on the floor, get grounded. If you can, if you're laying down, just feel that pressure through your back. Just whatever your body is like sitting on or resting on, just feel your energy get grounded into the earth. So just like feel that energy. But if you can get your feet on the floor, that would be awesome. Okay, so our main energy is guardian angel. Okay, so what I'm feeling for this is basically saying like, you're not alone. There are other things at work. There's other things at play when it comes to what's happening on the planet right now. I did have the intention to kind of like guide us towards like collective consciousness, like what's going on in like the fear state, especially around political. So just like bear that in mind. There are more things at play, and there are things that are guiding us, and we need to trust in the outcome. You know, we can't always be like, trust the universe, and then come to a space like this and be like, ah. So remember to breathe. There is more at play than what we can see. All right. And I mean that in the good sense. All right. What's going to assist us with that is compassion. All right. Understanding that we are all human, understanding that mistakes can be made. Things aren't fallible. Understand that you should give yourself compassion and give others compassion and be more understanding of others. Understand that we all basically have the same needs. We're just trying to go about them in different ways. So bring some compassion. I'm feeling some tension in my solar plexus here. So that ego's getting stirred up. If you're feeling that same thing, or if you're feeling tension anywhere else, just give it a little rub. Give it a little attention. Release it. Okay, what's going to hinder us? Change. All right. I think a lot of us feel like things aren't changing as fast as we would like. And we're also kind of afraid of change. There's a lot of things happening, and I think people are either have a fear that, I think a lot of people are worried that like their liberties and freedoms are going to be not taken care of, right? And so for some people that's Medicare, for some people that's college, for some people that's their homes being safe, their jobs feeling safe. A lot of people feel like they're going to be taxed too much. A lot of people feel like, I feel like we have this fear that if one side or the other gets in, there's going to be change that's going to legitimately affect us. And I think that's really causing us to have a lot of fear wrapped up in what's going on here. So remember to have compassion. Understand, again, we all have the same needs, and that we have a higher guidance system that is guiding us along. If we're evolving, if we're shifting, that has to be reflected. So we need to trust that our guides are guiding us in the right direction, and we are not alone on this planet. And that's really, really important. Also, don't forget, like on that note, whoa, things are falling out. your guides and the higher beings don't come in unless we ask. And so if you're feeling nervous, if you're feeling tension, like remember that we do have to call them in. They're only here because of our collective asking. And so you can ask to be guided. You can ask to have an open dialogue with them and get clear. If you go over to my Instagram, link in the bio, I did just do a video on things to remember when you're voting. So definitely go check that out. And it's really about getting centered and heart-centered and in the right vibration around it. So this card did just fall out, which was peace. So I think we need to recognize that like we can determine whether we're gonna have peace or not. And what's gonna, help us is compassion that brings in peace. If we fear change, if we fear the other, there's not gonna be peace. So it's saying, like this is a possibility, but we have to tune into it. Okay. And also I feel like that's saying like, it's a possibility. Like, I think we fear that if there's one outcome, it's gonna have to be one way, and if it's another outcome, it's gonna be this way. It's like we can't have peace if this person wins, or we can't have what we need if this person. We're conscious creators, and there is some things they can do, but like as a collective, we really do determine what's okay and what's not okay, and we're going to move through this together, and that's really what's going to create peace. All right, this is just a couple people that we feel like determine our entire reality, and it's really not accurate. We create our reality, and they are going to be a reflection of our beliefs and where we're at. So if we stop focusing on the dissension, if we stop focusing on the polarization, if we stop focusing on that and get connected in our communities, if we get connected and love one another and do things on a more close to home base, things will shift. And that's really, really important. No matter what ideology you resonate with. All right, so. Ooh. A lot of tension here. Okay. A lot of energy. Ooh, the cards like don't know where they want to go. That's really interesting. Ooh. I feel like there's a lot of confusion right now as to what's right, what's wrong, what's working. Sorry, my camera just stopped. Okay, so I laid out the cards. We really want to get some clarity. So let's bring this energy in. Okay, so our main energy from the tarot is Four of Wands. So I see this as kind of the community card, celebration. This card is kind of known as, even if it's reversed, it means the same thing. This is about stability. This is about coming together as community and a marriage. So I think what the message here is we need to come together. And again, that same thing is coming back to me is, we all have the same basic needs. We just are trying to go about them a different way. And the thing is, we don't trust the other to take our best interest at heart. And that is really scary for us. So I think the more we can create community, the more we can create collective understanding, the more we can bridge those gaps, because realistically it's about coming together with conversation, going, okay, what works for you and what works for me, having me and you too. That's what we're learning, is having to how we have ourselves and the other's needs met. And I think right now we're really struggling with that. So we need to start coming together. Feeling that solar plexus again. All right, what's going to assist us with this is Two of Wands. All right, and I think this means stepping out into a new journey, stepping out into maybe a little bit of unfamiliar territory. If you've felt tension from one side to the other, maybe it's time to step into maybe a little bit of an uncomfortable zone. Maybe it's time to have a conversation. Maybe it's time to set down our ego and just really come into a space of love. Again, what's gonna help us is compassion. That's gonna bring in peace, understanding that we all have guides, that we all have our guidance systems. And if we trust those, if we engage, if we trust our gut as to what to say, that could be really, really important and helpful. So stepping out into that slight uncomfort zone, because stepping into that, out of our comfort zone, into the uncomfort zone, because that's where the communication is going to happen. That's what's really going to bring us harmony, We're integrating both sides. That's what we're working on right now. What's going to hinder us? The Fool. All right. So not stepping out, not taking that leap, but then also taking the leap with ideas, taking the leap and not calculating it and not being aware of all kinds of things, just jumping out and just being like, whatever. Like, that's not what we need. We need conscious awareness to connect to community. But the main energy for me is that not stepping out, not trusting is going to what is going to hinder us. We need to start trusting our inner selves. We need to start trusting our heart and our guidance system and really getting clear with the kind of reality we want to create. And so with a conscious awareness, step out and trust our guides. Trust that things are shifting and changing, and that it is a reflection of what we have been asking for. And I don't mean asking like in the public sphere. I mean asking internally, asking through our intention. Because again, what is happening with my hair? Or rather my earring? We have been asking for, connection and oneness. And so the only way we can get that is to create connection between the aspects of ourselves we really are uncomfortable about. And that is other people. There's a lot of other people that make us very, very uncomfortable. And even the people who want to come together, there's always, it's like, oh, but them. So I really think it's time that we come into a space of compassion when engaging, not, I'm going to try to change you. I'm not going to try to, compassion. Why do they feel the way they do? Why do they feel they need the things they need? And this is from both sides, right? Why does the person in front of you feel they need to go about things the way they are? And honestly, when you start stepping into their shoes, you're going to start understanding the underlying needs. And instead of maybe going and looking at the symptoms, we need to go underneath and take care of the needs. So it's being safe, being loved, being nurtured, their families being safe, feeling that they're taken care of, that they're not going to be destitute. These are really important things. And as we start understanding those things, if we can meet those needs on a community level, on a governmental level, whatever it is, that's what really matters. So let's get on to the next cards. So the main energy for this is the Tower. So yeah, things are coming apart. Things are shifting, and it's going to feel uncomfortable for everyone. I don't think, if we keep playing in this duality of sides, no one is going to be happy, or the pendulum's just going to swing so far to the other side that it's just going to cause dissension in the opposite direction. So really, we need to, our ideas of what it should look like are falling down. They are coming into a new space. Our beliefs around the system need to be reevaluated. Like, in my personal humble opinion, the system needs to be recreated, not fixed. And so we're going to start looking at what's really working and what's really not working. And so a lot of our beliefs around what we feel is necessary, and this is for both sides, what we feel is necessary, that story is going to start crumbling, and we're going to be like, oh my gosh, and looking at some serious truths as to what really works and doesn't. So be aware of that. And what's going to really help is us coming together with compassion and understanding we're all human beings. We're all beings that have needs. And as those stories and ego pieces fall away, we're going to come together and actually connect and understand each other in a powerful way. They are you. You are them. There is no difference. You've just annexed each other from lives and from each other's lives. And also start recognizing the aspects of you that you've rejected within them. What are they reflecting to you that you've rejected in yourself? And that could be very, very uncomfortable, but it's really important to look at, because as you integrate that within yourself, the collective will become integrated. All right, now we're going to look at our spirit cards. So the first card here is we have Six of Wands. So I feel like this is saying celebrate each other and celebrate yourself. It's time to honor one another and to understand that we all have our wins, and we all have things that we can be celebrated for. Even the people you feel most different, again, we're all human, and we all have our gifts and our talents and our beautiful things. And it's very easy to label someone as one thing and that defines them completely, but that's obviously inaccurate. We know from ourselves, like, we get labeled things, we're like, that's such a small piece of me. And so I think remembering to celebrate everyone and understand that most people are unkind or resistant because of a wound they have, or of a defense mechanism. All right, the next card here is Seven of Wands. All right. All right, so I really feel like this has to do with, even if you're being bombarded with a lot of stuff, get centered within yourself. Understand your own personal power. I see this kind of like bubble around her and then all these like wands here. I have hair on my mouth. I live with 6 cats. It's a continual issue. Remember to stay in your own energy. Remember to, like we did before, cleanse that energy. Keep it, you know, refreshed, and understand your center. Don't let other people's opinions really throw you off. Get clear within your own heart center and your guides. Tap into your guides and really be present with that energy, because it's so easy to make choices based off of fear of what others are saying, you know, other people's fears, and taking them on and just going, no, I am going to walk my path that feels in alignment with me and with love and connection and understanding. And I'm not going to let other people's fear of what's going on dictate that. I am going to walk forward with my head held high and own my power, own my creative power, own the fact that I can create my reality, and share that and really be present with myself. And no matter what I do, if I stay in alignment with that, I will create the world that most is alignment with me. And so staying within that energy is really important. And the next one is strength. So I feel like that's kind of stemming right off of that, is remember your own strength. Remember that things can only affect you if you're in that fear victim state. If you come above that and go, okay, it is what it is. I'm going to move forward. I have the strength because I was incarnated here at this time. I am a spiritual being in a human body, and what I focus on, I create, and I have the strength to do that. And when you come back to your own power and your own strength, it's interesting that the solar plexus has been tense, but now I'm actually feeling it quite alleviated. Come back to your strength, come back to your core, and understand that you create worlds. All right, and the last card here, 8 of Wands. All right, so don't fear things happening quickly. We create quickly. The only thing that keeps us from creating quickly is our resistance. So things can happen very fast once we get centered and clear and present. So there's no time like the present. We only have the present. So things can happen quickly if we focus on them with a light energy, with gratitude, with acceptance and love and compassion and excitement. Those things can happen very quickly. So trust that they can happen quickly. Even though they feel like big things, things can shift very quickly once we get the right focus in there. All right, so the next card I'm going to pull is from the Work Your Light Oracle. And I'm just going to pull one card and see what the message is. Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? Okay, so kind of like what we were saying before, what are the beliefs that aren't actually in alignment with what you want to see happen? Are you about love, peace, and light? And then when you choose to vote or choose to do things, do you do it out of fear? Are you choosing solely on the worst case scenario? Start looking at the choices you're making and see if they actually align with you trusting the universe, trusting your guides, trusting your inner gut. And if they're not, start to see how you can shift those. That's really important. All right, and the last card we're going to pull here is the Frequency Tarot. Hold on, let me see. Some of these are upside down. I don't really like reading reversals. Well, I guess there's reversals in here, but whatever. I'm going to see what energy we need to assist. Oh, I just saw 1111. See what energy we need to bring in to really help us come into this space of connection and community and trusting our own strength and aligning our lives and trusting the path. Okay, Inception. Ooh, that is a very cool picture. If you would like to align your energy with this, you can take a screenshot of this if you like, or you can go to tealswan.com and look up this frequency of Inception and you can purchase it. It's not sponsored. The frequencies that I've worked with have been amazingly helpful. They've really helped me shift energies. And so these are paintings that Teal painted of the frequency to help you align to the frequency. So if this resonates with you, do feel free to work with that how you would like to. All right, and this is 45. I feel like I just got this card, but I don't think so. All right, Inception. I'm going to read the upright, and then I'm going to read the reverse for anyone who feels like they're really struggling with this. All right, if you've drawn this card upright, which I did, the struggle you are currently facing finds its roots in your childhood. You may be telling yourself that your pain is because of something that is happening now, like a breakup or a lack of money or a loss that you have suffered. But really, this current event is just a reflection of an unresolved wound in your childhood. The time has come for integration. It is time to do some inner child work. Okay, so I feel like, again, this is about integration. This is about understanding old wounds. This is a lot of, and if you think about politics, a lot of our stuff has come from old wounds. It's not only is it run by a lot of older people who have deep wounds that they're probably not looking at, but these are cultural wounds, which tend to have not just sprung out of nowhere, you know, like the gun stuff. This has been a law we've had for a really long time. Stuff, you know, about healthcare and taxes. These are old constructs. These are old wounds, and people have struggled with them, and they've been helped by them. And so these are a lot of old wounds that we're struggling with. How do we engage with them now? So this is really about integrating and understanding that a lot of what's happening now is more about past wounds, and we need to look at them in that way. And then if you get this in reverse, if you have drawn this card in reverse, you are running away from vulnerability. You do not want to connect with your innocence, and so the idea that you must integrate and reparent your inner child does not appeal to you. You are looking for the answers in all the wrong places because you are unwilling to go back to where they really are. You don't like to admit to how bad you need your feelings to be validated and understood. But validation and understanding your feelings is what you need. You will never really grow up until you begin to reparent yourself. It is time to do some inner child work. Okay, so I feel like this kind of stems from the fact that most of us don't feel like we can get our needs met because no one's listening to each other. And kind of going back to that communication is we need to come together in community. No one feels like their needs are being met. And so because of that, everyone feels like they are on their own and wounded and they've been let down. And so what we need to do is, again, learn how to parent ourselves in a responsible way. There's a lot of things people don't like and they want the government to fix it. Whether you're Republican, Democrat, whatever party you have in whatever country you're listening to, we want the government to fix it. We want them to, you know, say this is how it is, but realistically, we have to learn how to parent ourselves. We have to take responsibility for how we live our personal lives and what we're creating with our focus. Are you a victim to a lot of things? And why are you a victim to those things? And are you only a victim because of the beliefs you have or what you've created in your life? So it's really important that we start looking at ourselves on a personal level. Like, we want the government to fix, you know, climate change, but the only reason we have climate change is because so many people are living unsustainably. So even though they can make a law and it makes it easier for everyone to do that, what can we do personally that's actually going to assist in these things? Are we not making enough money because we are, you know, a victim to that system, or are we not making enough money because we're not focusing on abundance? Are we focusing on the lack we have? Are we not going out and pursuing the things we actually have passion for? What is it that we can personally take responsibility for, that, or even health as an example? Like, are we feeding ourselves properly? Are we taking care of ourselves? Are we exercising? Are we giving ourselves love and rest and all those things? Are we feeling sick because we're not actually taking responsibility for our own bodies? It's very important that we take responsibility and, like she was saying, like, reparent our inner child. No one else is going to fix your reality. If we keep doing the same things we're going to be doing, no law is going to change that. We need to really look inward and go, okay, what can I take responsibility for that's actually going to shift the narrative of my personal reality? And if we all start doing that, things are going to shift in a big way. So thank you guys so much for watching. That was today's reading. Definitely let me know in the comments if it resonated, if it helped, did it bring clarity? I'd love to hear from you. I really tried to stay unbiased with this. I really wanted this to be a message for everyone because we are one. We are a collective. We're just two sides of a coin. So let's come together and really understand that we all need the same message. So thank you so much. If you would like to check out my new channel, definitely go check that out down in the description, along with my Etsy shop where you can get get personal readings from me along with other magical tools, and my other social media is down there as well. Give this a like if you liked it, and hit subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. In the feature, we talk about self-love, connecting with spirit. We do tarot readings, tarot unboxings, channeling. We do all kinds of fun stuff here. So if that resonates with you, definitely subscribe. We'd love to have you join our little soul fam. Thank you so much, you guys. Many blessings. Namaste. And don't forget, it is all about the soul journey. Bye.